Hello, welcome everybody to the final Q&A question today. We're going to look at the Seahorse design, which is a design I put together a while ago. It's probably a couple of years old now, but still really effective. It's a great project to do, and it's more of a beginner's intermediate level. And there was one thing on there that crops up a couple of times with students is how do I apply the bead for the eye? So I'm going to do a little demonstration on a different sampler, but I'll go through it in a bit more detail so you can see what's happening. So here we've got the Seahorse design, and it's got a combination of techniques which are covered in the foundational and the live workshops. So you've got the infill, the vermicelli, closed vermicelli, applying combinations, and using the chain stitch, the rayon thread, as well as working on silk organza and using bugles with the pulling stitch and sequins. Here we've got the eye, which actually is covered with couture beading thread, so filagante. But I'm going to do a little demo on a different project, so I just want to show you a bit more detail just to make sure you know what you're doing. So these are the little sampler I was working on yesterday, the video attached here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply one of the size 6-0 beads. So the smaller the bead size, the larger the bead. So when I talk about 15-0 beads, 15-0, that means very, very small beads. Okay, so as the bead size number goes down, it's 6-0, for example, these are 6-0, they're going to be much larger. So what we'll do is we'll apply those to the fabric, and I'm just using embroidery floss, and I'm using a single strand of it, so I'm not using the whole thickness of that one. And you can use a size 70 or a size 80 needle. I'm also working on tulle netting here, and we'll just to place it somewhere around here. Okay, so let's just do the starting knot. Okay, so remember the starting knot needs to go in the direction you're facing to start off with. And obviously, as you can tell, I'm working on the right side facing up. So this sampler is going to work as like a little applique, but this is just a little experimentation, so I'll probably do another one of these. And you've got the 15-0 beads here, you've also got the vintage Venetian beads. And then I'm just adding some texture and some height variation. So here we go. So I'm just going to latch that thread on, and I'm just going to, oops, it likes to jump off as well. Just be careful. So put your hook through the loop first and then pick up your bead. So you're just putting it in position. Once you've got hold of it, it's actually quite easy to move it around. So you're going to wrap 1.5 underneath, rotate, pushing on the back of the hook to lift it through. So then I'm going to just catch the other side of the bead, okay? Opposite direction, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset here. I'm going to do a small chain stitch in that position. And then I'm just going to do another small chain stitch here. So I'm just getting myself round to the next part of the bead. Then I'm going to go in here. Oops. Pushing back, you have to really push back on the hook to bring it through. So you're kind of catching it a bit like a hot cross bun. And then on the other side, pushing on the back. Okay, let's just do a small chain stitch like so. And I'm just going to work my way around, because the stitches will shift because of the smoothness of the bead, so sometimes they will move around a little bit. Okay, and then I'll just do one more here. So sometimes I actually push it up underneath a little bit just to get my position better. Okay, and you'll notice that you'll struggle to go through the middle when the thread becomes very thick. These ones actually don't have such a large hole in the middle, but the ones that you have in your kits, they're a bit larger. Okay, so it's actually this one here that you're working with underneath. They're actually Toho beads again. So then you're usually known for having a wider hole in the middle. Okay, so that's pretty much it, because they're all a bit irregular, which is great. And then really all you're doing from there is you're just working that thread round the beads itself, because that's my way of just shading in. So I'm just doing a normal chain stitch. I'm just working. If it just gets a little bit snaggy, just unlatch it and then pick it up again, like so. So I'm just pulling that stitch. It's called the pulling stitch when I'm changing direction, remember, and I'm also shading in. That's why I pull that stitch back. And you will find sometimes it does get a little bit sticky, but that's okay. Just release it, pick up the loop, and then carry on from there. Just going to go along to this part here. Okay, so as you can see, oops, let me just unlatch that. That literally will just be shaded in the same way as it is here. And I'll just finish it off now and then just show you at the end. So I've just finished the embroidery. So here's the embroidery here. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to transfer these strands to the back. So just lift it through, latch that onto the hook, and then bring it through the back. So I'm just going to make sure you see it in the camera view, and then bring that to the back. And then the same here as well. Just latch that on, and then just push that to the back. Okay, so you'll have to do them individually for that as well. And then you're just going to finish those strands on the back. And then what I will do is I'll probably just add a border around here as well to finish. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate the questions. I know there was many other questions that I wasn't able to go through. I do apologise, but I will run some more videos soon. And remember, all the information that you need for further guidance, support, and if you are doing any of the online courses, you can have a look through in a bit more detail if you're ready to go on to the next one. And I hope to see you again very soon. Thanks very much.